Hello IP5, welcome to ICT Online. I hope you guys are staying healthy, I hope you're happy, and I hope you have a lot of energy because today we have quite a long and challenging lesson. And that topic is variables. I hope you guys are ready to learn about variables. What is a variable? A variable is a label or name for a piece of information in a program. Variables are called variables because they are values that are able to vary. And vary just means change, right? A variable is something that is able to change. Okay, it's a name that has a value that is able to change. Naming a variable. Variables cannot begin with a number. Okay, bad is going to be one variable. That will not work. Good, variable 2. Okay, you can use numbers, but not at the start. Variables cannot include spaces. Bad would be width, space, and space height. The computer is going to read this as width is one variable, and then it's going to think and height is something else. It's going to get very confused, okay? So no spaces in a variable name. Good would be width and height, or width underscore and underscore height. Okay. One more thing about naming a variable. Try to use only letters and numbers and maybe underscores. Okay. You can use some other characters, but it will be easier for you if you just use letters, numbers, and maybe underscores. And no numbers at the start. Making a new variable. When you add a new variable to a program, you must use some special code to tell the computer that you are adding a variable. That code is usually the keyword var. The name goes on the left of the equals, and the value goes on the right. For example, var space variable equals 50. So var tells the computer you're making a new variable. Next, variable is the name of the variable. The equal sign tells you that you're assigning the variable, and 50 is the value, okay? So you must always use var for new variables. Changing a variable. After a variable is made, you can change it just by giving it a new value with equals. For example, variable equals 50. Okay, and remember, after you made it, you don't need var. So now variable equals 50, the value is 50. Variable equals 70, the new value is 70. On the next line, variable equals variable plus 30. Okay, so that's a little tricky maybe. The new value is 100. Okay, that's because the old value was 70, which means that variable equals variable, which is its old value of 70. Okay, so variable equals 70 plus 30, which is 100. So the new value of variable is 100. And then on the next line, you can say variable equals hello. Okay, you can even use words. If you do, make sure to put them in quotes. And the new value is hello. That's all you need to do to change variables. Using a variable. You can use a variable the same way you would use any other value. Just type the name where you need it. For example, var width equals 50, var height equals 70. We can type the code ellipse 100, 200, width, height. Or we could type rectangle 200, 100, width, height. And these pieces of code are going to be the same as, so for instance, ellipse, that would be ellipse 100, 200, width, which equals 50, and height, which equals 70, right? So using those variables, we're actually using the value that those variables equal. Okay, and same for rectangle. Width is equal to 50, and height is equal to 70. Okay, that's about it, okay? It's a little bit confusing, I know, but just try your best, and we'll do as much as we can, okay? Let's take a look at the activity. Requirement, complete levels 3 through 9 of lesson 5 on code.org. Complete by Tuesday, the 19th of January, 2021. If you have questions, email me at ip_ian.austin@patai.ac.th. Okay, let's go to code.org. So remember, we need to sign in. Okay, and then we need to go to our section code, pxmrds. Go. Find your name. Type in your words. You guys can see mine. I might change that in the next one. Anyway, you can type in your secret words. Click sign in. Then let's go down to lesson 5, variables. And I want you guys to start at level 3, which is a video, okay? I'm not going to show you guys the video, but you should watch it. There might be some confusing things in here. Don't worry too much about it. Worry mostly about what I taught you in the PowerPoint, okay? And I'm going to continue, but you guys should watch that video. Okay? Now, level 4 wants you to predict in which corner of the screen will the circle be drawn. Okay, so look at the code. We have var x equals 300, var what's the y equals 100, and then we have some code to make an ellipse with the variables input. Okay, so you can type some answer here, okay, and then just run it. Okay, but first try to imagine where that's going to be. Then click run, then click finish, and let's go to the next one. Okay, level 5, debug, naming variables, right? So remember, variables can't have spaces, can't start with a number, capitalization and spelling must be exactly the same, okay? So we need to fix this variable name according to our rules. We need to fix this one. And then the last one, y location, okay? Something's wrong with that as well. Or maybe it's not, or maybe it is. Actually, yeah, there's something wrong between this and this. They need to be exactly the same, okay? So try to fix those, run it, and then once you do, go to the next one. Okay, level 6. Using a variable many times. That's one of the value of variables. You can declare a variable and then you can use it many times. So pedal size, for instance, it's called here, or it's declared here with the value of 50. And then you can use that over and over and over again. Okay? So this one, it uses 8 times. Okay? And what your goal is to change the number, right? So this number here, assigned to pedal size, so that the red pedals touch each other. If I run it right now, the red pedals don't touch. So change this number and make sure that the pedals touch. When you do, go to the next exercise. Okay, so for this one you have some options. You can choose any of the options, and I'm just going to show you A as an example. Okay, so for this one, we have a circle, right? Var circle size equals 400. If I run it, it looks like that. Your goal is to change the value assigned to circle size so that the circle fills the entire screen. It should be red all the way across. So try to change that, finish. When you do, you can go back to 7. You can try the other ones if you want to, or just move on to 8. Okay, for this one, if I run the code, you guys see this face, one big eye and one little eye. Your goal is to change the eye size variable so that both eyes are the same size, okay? If you look down at the code, you can see here, this is the code for the eyes. Fill black and then 2 ellipses. One of them uses the eye size variable and the other does not. Okay, so change either the eye size variable value or maybe change some of these values so the i's are the same. When you do that, finish and go to the next one. And then I want you to choose one of these challenges. I'm going to show you B as an example. So for B, you can update variables, right? Right now, if I run the code, we get 3 red circles in a row. And your goal is to make one of these images. If you look at the code down here, you can see there are 2 variables, x and y, that both have a value of 50. The first ellipse is made with x and y, so those values are 50. Then there's code which updates x to x plus 50. So now x is 100. And then the next ellipse will have the values of 100. So it draws ellipse 1 with values of 50, ellipse 2 with values of 100, and then the next one, they're going to be 150. So see if you can make one of these pictures, okay? That is your goal. If you have any questions, email me at ip_ian_austin@patai.ac.th. I know this is going to be tricky, but do your best. Get as far as you can. Alright, that's all for today. Goodbye and good luck, IP5.